Hello, Flash Tube Trends. It's me again. So I have an update. I had ordered some, not so much canvases, but some slate frames and a few other items. And they came in today. So I got really excited. I just wanted to share with everybody. So first, I'll give you an update as far as the eagle is concerned. So I'm just going to use a little bit of a darker background so you guys can kind of get an idea of what he's looking like. And I'm actually very pleased with how he's coming out. So here we go. As you can see, this is the body area. This is the side of his body. All of this is going to be feathering just like this on this side. Right now I just have to finish these few areas by this foot. Then we'll start working on this side. Pretty much the stars, if you've watched the video before, you know that those have been completed. But let me see if I can give you a little bit more of an up close. So there you see the decorative stitches. So yeah, he's coming out really well. And I will talk about the stand in just a minute, or maybe towards the end of the video. So I'm going to do the canvases. So we'll get that out of the way because the slate frames, I really want to talk about the slate frames. So I have two canvases that are not kitted. Again, that means that I have no threads for them, but they are part of my stash. So here's one. This particular piece is a Southwestern canvas. The reason I picked this one is the colors and also the textures. I am going to be doing decorative stitches on this particular piece. And I picked it up from a place called Quail Run in Arizona. They carry a lot of Southwestern type of canvases, designs, and artists. Some of them are quite intriguing. I have another one that kind of goes along with the tapestry that I purchased. Some of you who've seen some of the older videos will remember that one. And this is a Damascus mask. Now this one is just screaming beading. I mean, it really is. I mean, right here, beads and pearls. I mean, even some stones here. I mean, this entire mask is just gorgeous. To me, it's gorgeous. Metallics, different kinds of threads will definitely enhance this piece. It's not very big, but it'll make a beautiful framing. It is I believe it's an 18 count. And I got this one at Nimble Needle. Don't remember who the artist is. Sometimes when I go to a needlepoint store, I just, walk around and I look at, what they have, and something just catches my eye. I just can't help it. So those are the two that I'm taking out of my stash that are not kitted. Now, we're getting close to the holidays, so I have two stockings. Actually, there's three of them, but there's two that are the same. This particular stocking is kitted, meaning I have all of the threads, metallics, and everything. This stocking is basically going to be a gift for myself. Again, I will be needle pointing from my grave, but I haven't quite gotten started. It's kind of big. It's one of those traditional. So hopefully you'll be able to see it. It is what it's called, a vintage design, and mainly because of the colors, the traditional Santa, his robe, the flower bouquet that he has, and just the way that the entire piece is painted. This is on an 18 mesh canvas. I saw this and I just fell in love with it. And I believe this one is from Liz. I don't know what her last name. I'm sorry about that. My camera just fell. It has a magnet on the legs and it got stuck to my hanger, so oops, sorry. Sorry guys. I do have the threads for this one, and as soon as I put this up here, I will show you what the threads look like. I like to keep things nice and neat, so I can't just, show you something and not put it back in order. One of the things, so here are all of the threads, but one of the threads that I got that actually was a suggestion from one of the ladies at the store is this. Look at that. It looks like I don't know, looks like it's coming out pinkish, but it isn't. It's actually a very, very deep red, and it has sparkles in it. This is for the Santa coat. I love this color. It just screams holidays. A lot of the others, as you know, me traditionally, I love vineyard silk, and basically it's silk. So you'll see a lot of these particular colors. The greens, I have, you know, the Christmas greens, the blues. I mean, these colors are beautiful. The skin colors, I mean, look at this. Look at those colors. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, it's just amazing. I can't wait to get this stitched, but not yet. I hopefully, once I get a little bit further along with the eagle, I will definitely put one of these stockings in my in a frame for stitching. The next stocking, oops, sorry, that I have to show you guys is kind of like a military stocking. What I mean by that is got this American theme and eagles and all kinds of stuff. As some of you know, my husband and I are, my husband is still serving in the National Guard. I served myself a tour in the Air Force. My youngest son is in the Air Force. And for them, I basically purchased this particular canvas, and everybody liked it. I have a third canvas, which is for my oldest son, sorry, but I will show you that one next time. Here is, excuse me for a second. This is the canvas. I do have to put something dark behind it, because otherwise you're not really going to see the canvas very well. And I only have one of these black materials here. So again, this one is on 18 mesh. And here's a canvas, or, you know, the canvas of the stocking. And I mean, I really like how it's got the little teddy bear all the way down to its little boot. I mean, this is a big piece. But typical me, I don't really purchase small pieces. So I have two of these canvases. Like I said, it's for my husband and my son, my youngest son. My oldest son, I have a different design, which he actually liked and picked out. Again, it's the same Christmassy colors, and I don't think this one, I don't think I got, no, I didn't get that sparkly red for this one, and it's mainly because of the theme that the stocking has. I didn't want to put any kind of sparkle in that particular one. It does have some acrylic around the silver areas and whatnot, but not necessarily the coat. So the coat is more your traditional red, and again, it's a vineyard silk. I love stitching with vineyard silk. It's like butter. So those are the stockings that I was gonna, I mean, those are the canvases I was gonna share with everybody. Like I had said before, 2 that are kitted and 2 that are not kitted from my stash, because I'm pretty much on a stash diet. I'm not allowed to buy, well, I'm not allowing myself to buy any more canvases. Who knows? If I find something that is like, oh my God. But for now, no. So I purchased slate frames. Now, traditionally, needle pointers will use a scroll frame, or you will use stretcher bars. My preference in the stretcher bar area is the Evertights, and that's what the eagle is framed on. And that basically has like this little tool right here, and it allows me to use, it's like a little wrench. It goes in here and you twist it, and then that little screw comes down and it pushes. So it does give you the ability to control the tension on the stretcher bar. Downside with that guy is that you have to remember to put it back to its original state, and eventually it does get to stretch out just a tad too more. If you don't center it correctly, you're going to distort the canvas, and then you have to kind of like mess with it before it actually can get mounted. Scroll bars. I love the bars from Estonia. Fantastic. However, not a lot of my pieces will fit in the standard sizes. So hence I got to go back to the stretcher bars, because there's a lot more sizes available for the stretcher bars than you have on the scrolls. Slate frames. So I had someone who mentioned slate frames, and that was Mary Colber, I believe, and I'm sorry if I'm not announcing her name correctly, mentioned slate frames. So I did a puppy dog for a friend of mine, and I used a run-of-the-mill, just found it in a store, slate frame. I loved it. Not only did it not distort the canvas, It maintained tension. I mean, I could bounce a quarter off of that thing. Perfectly proportioned, very simple to set it up. It does take a little bit to put everything together and get it set up properly. But once it's set up and you start using the slate frame, awesome. Downside to some of the slate frames, okay? So the downside is the material the slate frame is made out of. Some woods are a little more pliable than others. The woods that are pliable tend to kind of move a little bit because you are pulling on it. I mean, you're trying to make really good tension on the slate frames, and that defeats the purpose. I don't like frames that are going to start twisting, and I found a couple that's exactly what they did, and I basically sent them back. I don't like that. But from a needle in a haystack, they have a new vendor that makes slate frames. Now, granted, they only make 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. They do not make custom sizes, and they are not going to make any other size than the size they're making. However, this is what they look like. This wood, and I'm not sure if you can see, this is really, really good wood. I mean, it is sturdy. I don't know what type of wood it is. It's very smooth. There's no rough areas whatsoever. The fabric that they're using, I mean, this thing is like industry style. It is tough, really nice, but a very generous piece, because I can even, if I need to bind it and it's kind of long, I can even go back here and bind it in place if I need to. The sides, awesome. Very well constructed. Again, very sturdy wood. I mean, I'm bending this. This is very sturdy wood. Very nice holes, very well spaced. It has a nice little fit on the side. See, it's got a really nice fit on the side. And the tools that it uses. So this is how it comes. It comes in a little bag like this. I mean, this is awesome. So all of your pieces come there. Not only do they provide you with the thread that they recommend to use when you're stitching, when you're attaching your canvas, they're wooden pegs. I mean, these guys are just, they're awesome. So you have 4 of these, and they basically fit really nicely in the piece of wood. So if you attach your canvas, everything gets, nice in here. Pretty much you're just putting your wood peg in there, okay? And that's all you need to do, okay? That's it. You don't need to have something all the way through, screws or anything else like that. This cute itty bitty little wooden peg is awesome. I mean, that is awesome. And even if you have a small piece, so if you need it, I mean, look at that. It even gets tight. If you have a smaller piece and you want to put it right here, and all you want to do is just thread the bottom part, okay, you can, because it's got the one in the middle. I mean, it's so cool. And, okay, to boot, they send instructions. How awesome is that? I mean, look at this. Step-by-step instructions. They give you a history of what the slate frames are, the frames themselves, and I can show this because I paid for it. Pieces, okay, what you will need, how you can attach it or how you should attach it, how it should look, different ways of doing the side threading. I mean, what more can you ask for? Some of the other slate frames that the other slate frame that I purchased, no instructions, nothing. I had to Google it. Granted, you can find everything on the internet now. All you have to do is Google. I mean, it's just like, it's amazing. One of these days, I'm going to look for, heart transplant, and I'll find it on Google. But I did purchase all 3 sizes. I'm really, really excited about putting the eagle on this particular frame because it will fit. I already sized it out. But this is the large one. Okay. This is the medium size. Okay. Again. And each one of them had instructions, by the way. Each one came with instructions. Oh, and the one thing that I didn't show you, and I apologize for that, is they also mark where the center of the bar is. Okay, so when you're trying to find, and it's right there. So when you lay your fabric or your canvas, when you lay your canvas on top, you find the center of the canvas. You line it up with the center of the slate frame. You put a little pin. And then you're going to stitch from the center to the right and then from the center to the left, and you're done. It's done. It's attached. And then all you have to do is on the side of the canvas, you're going to thread through the border, and that goes around these guys. Now, in the past, I've gone through the holes, mainly because it makes it a little easier for me. It keeps the string in one place, and I like doing that. Or I've heard that there are these little clips. It's a little clip that goes around the slate frame, and the slate frame itself has a little Velcro. I haven't seen those yet. I was going to see if I could find them in my local needlepoint store, but for the most part, I can use the string, which is basically the traditional method to using a slate frame. And here is the small frame. So these are like for really small projects, and I have a few that are on the small side, but most of my projects do lend to be on the larger side. Now, I also have another purchase, and this one, although not necessarily just for needle pointing, it's for a good cause. There is a website called For Meow, and here is their business card, and I will put this on the, does it come with that bit? Am I upside down? Anyway, I will put the information on the on the bottom in the box. What this is these are like little zipper pulls, but they're handmade, and the proceeds go to like the Humane Society for kitties. Now, I know many of you have pets. I have a little bit of everything. I have fish. I have cats. I have 2 cats. I have 3 dogs. I have koi fish, and I have regular fish. So I have a little bit of everything. And I saw these, and I thought that was really cool. And I do have a bag that I use when I travel, and I have a bag that I use when I go to my needlepoint classes. And they have zippers. So I purchased these for that reason, and also because it's, you know, it's a charity. So here's one of the kitties. And like I said, this is a zipper pull. Isn't he cute? She's so cute with her little flowers, little beads, nice little pink stone. And then here's the other one. It's another little kitty, because they're all kitties. This is a white kitty. I mean, isn't that beautiful? And these are handmade. I conversed with the lady a couple of times, and she was explaining to me that although she does find the stones, there is some painting that she does, the assembly of them she does. So there's no labor involved. It's the raw material, and then extra goes to the charity. So I thought I'd share that with everybody. I just thought that they were really, really cute. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Needlepoint Pointers. Great magazine, great magazine. There's 2 really good publications as far as needlepoint is concerned. And one of the major reasons why I love this one is, look at this. Talk about different types of decorative stitches. All here. I mean, pages. It's like a library in and of itself. You can use it for Christmas designs. You can use it for any kind of a design you want. I mean, this is really, really nice. And I did ask if I could show quickly the magazine, and that wasn't a problem. So yeah, needle pointers. If anybody loves or is interested in needle pointing, great magazine to get. The other subject that I wanted to talk about was basically my stand, my JAT stand. Now, like I had mentioned before, I had tried for over a year to get a Millennium floor stand, but was not successful. I found this based on an article, and I purchased it about a little over 2 weeks ago, and I've been using it exclusively. I basically am now going to give away all my other stands. I don't want them. I really don't. I'm only going to keep one, and it's basically for travel purposes. That stand. I mean, that's it. And let me bring the camera. I have my phone. So if you can see it right there, there she is. And the only modification that I've done, literally, only modification I've done, is I put a little hook on the bottom. Let me see if I can show you that right here. See that little hook on the bottom? Maybe not. And there it is. The reason why I did that is it provides me with a place to hook my threads. So as I've said before, I like to use a ring. And I put the threads, I separate them all, and I like having them hanging uh, fairly close to where I am. Now I do have a work stand where I have my light and I have them there, but I'd like to, I just don't want to go like this. I want to just go reach over and pull them out. Other than that, there is nothing else I would do. I mean, literally. I, you know, I I have an Apple TV, so if I want to watch YouTube, I just project it on the television. I don't need to have an iPad, holder per se. If I do want to see something with the iPad, it's right on my work table. I don't have to have it right on top of my frame. But it doesn't wobble at all. I mean, the Eagle frame is fairly heavy. I mean, this granted, it's not very hardy kind of wood. It's kind of pliable, and it needs to be, because you got to put these two little tongues together and what have you, and you're punching this stuff in the side and whatever. But for the overall, it is heavier than a slate frame is going to be. No problem. I can just put it on there. It fits perfectly. I have no issue with it whatsoever. The arms, they go wherever I want them. I like the little strip that I put that they send with the stand, because they're right. It keeps the frame from slipping around. In other other stands that I've seen, at least some that are like that, with the two little arms sticking out, there's nothing protecting the arm, and unless the frame or the scroll fits perfectly in that area, it is going to move. At least for me, it did. This way, it doesn't move at all. It stays right where it needs to be, and it doesn't move at all. So having owned a System 4, a K's system, I don't know what else the other stands that I purchased. I like this one. I'm done. I'm not buying anymore. This is it. And it only cost $180, or I think it was $195, something like that. It's worth the money. Ladies, it is worth the money. It really is. It's well constructed. There are no rough edges in it. It was well stained, well finished, very well balanced. Again, my needlepoint room has carpeting. If I had a choice, I wouldn't have carpet, but I do. A lot of the stands, they kind of wobble a little bit because it is carpet. This guy doesn't wobble at all. It doesn't move. I mean, it's like there, like a little tank there. Nothing moves it, and I can just pull it towards me. I'm a two-handed stitcher, so it's just awesome. And I've actually gone quite quickly with a lot of these decorative stitches that normally take me a little longer to do, which, by the way, I do owe you guys a tutorial video about doing the decorative stitching, and I am going to get that done. It just takes me a little longer, and I thought I had a piece of canvas that I could use, but I don't. And I haven't been to my local needlepoint store to purchase a piece of blank canvas. So as soon as I get that done, I will have the video with at least 2 or 3 of the stitches, so you guys can get an idea of what I'm using and how it's done. But just know this, it's just how I do it. Other people can do the stitches differently. This is just how I do the stitches. That's about it. Other than that, I've enjoyed everybody's videos. Teresa Little Stitcher, hi. I'm glad you're doing better. It was great seeing your videos. Happy anniversary, Carolyn. Yay. A year with YouTube. Beautiful videos you made. I'm always just like, oh my God, how beautiful your pieces are, and your stitching is just amazing. It's amazing. That's all I can say. It's amazing. I wish. I wish my eyes were better. I would, but can't. So welcome to all of the new subscribers. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. I'm very flattered that you would want to see me blabble and share my passion and my hobby of needle pointing. And if there's anything particular you guys want to see, any comments, any questions, anything, please by all means, go ahead and leave it in the comment box. And Pam Reed, you had a little tag. I only do needlepoint. I don't have any other hobby. If I would have a different hobby, I think I would be interested in quilting. I think that would be something that I would be interested in doing. I've seen quilters, and I've seen actually quilts at some, conventions or get-togethers or what have you. And there's a really nice local not needlepoint, sorry, quilting store, which is maybe like 10 minutes from my house, amazingly enough. I'm in the boonies. And they had a drop dead gorgeous blanket, a quilt. Granted, it was $3,000. So it stayed on the wall. But just the mere fact of the beauty of the design, how they combined the colors and the fabrics and how they did and it was handmade. This was not a machine quilt. This a lady has, from how it was described to me, she puts it on some square holder, and she stitches everything by hand. Everything by hand. That entire piece was done by hand, and it was fantastic. Just fantastic. So if I were to do another hobby, I think it would be quilting. But right now, I'm very, very happy with my needlepoint, learning the new stitches and sharing with everybody, and also learning how you guys do your cross stitching. Which, by the way, what is confetti? I hear the term confetti as you guys are showing your designs and your stitching and you know the areas that you're doing and how you block the fabric. So I got most of that, but I don't know what confetti is. Maybe that's a dumb question. I really would like to know what confetti is. And truth be told, I may try a cross stitch pattern. May. It just depends on my eyes. But yeah, I really would appreciate if somebody could just kind of like type down at the bottom, what is confetti? That would be great. So that's it for me. At this point, I'm not going to have another video until maybe early to middle November. The holidays are coming around, and it gets a little bit difficult for me to do videos since usually I have a full house. And I have a lot of stitching to do because I really want to get the eagle done by the end of this year. So I will see you guys in November. Happy Halloween. Enjoy your stitching.